Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Autumn Emeralds and today I am making a magical, enchanting little Hamlet in the world of Glimmerbrook. So I built this way back in November and I had intentionally wanted to build two spooky builds for my channel. I had unfortunately only got out one of the builds that I wanted to build. The second one I wanted to get out was a Scooby-Doo inspired castle, inspired by the Scooby-Doo franchise, because I thought it'd be like a really lovely idea to build something that I loved as a kid, and it'd be like a really lovely voiceover. I can talk about like how much I love Scooby-Doo and all that jazz. But the thing was, as soon as I got the shape down, I was like, well, now what do I want the rest of this build to look like? I have no idea. And it was flipping huge. And so I was like, well, I have unfortunately missed Halloween, and unfortunately the Scooby-Doo build wasn't inspiring me at all, unfortunately, which was a bit of a bummer. So I was like, okay, well, let's just leave it and let's just do something else, instead of trying to figure it out and sort of like drag it over the finishing line. It's not worth it. It's also pulling down my mood, so let's not. So what about, building something from New Orleans? Because one of my favourite Scooby-Doo movies was the Zombie Island with the cat people, which took place in New Orleans. So it's like, okay, let's do a little bit of research about New Orleans and the architecture that you would typically find in New Orleans, because the only information that I know about New Orleans is from the originals / The Princess and the Frog. So let's just do a little bit more research, and I actually found that I really like the look of the Garden District houses. The thing was, when I was looking at them, like, you're really pretty, but you're not inspiring me to go ahead and build in The Sims 4. And also I was reading a lot of information. I was just like, okay, this is just too much at the moment, because I wasn't, feeling like myself, and it was just like a lot of information, and what I'm looking at is just not inspiring me. So I was like, okay, right, I really want to build something, but I'm just not inspired. Have I hit a wall? Yes. So I decided to go and listen to some music from the Vault of Ambiance. I can't remember what I clicked on, which one I clicked on, but it was like a magical, enchanting, foresty sounds. And the picture that went along with this foresty, musicy sounds was actually really, really pretty. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I want to build this in The Sims 4. And this is what this magical, enchanting, whimsical Hamlet that I'm building right now is inspired by. And in the picture, it looked like it had 4 houses on this lot. Now the thing is that I knew that I really wanted to build this this Hamlet in a supernatural world. I already eliminated the werewolves world and the vampire world because they gave off a very mysterious, spooky vibe. I wasn't going for that. I wanted something very like enchanting, and Glimmerbrook gave off those vibes that I was going for. Now the thing is, Glimmerbrook again is not a big world. It also doesn't have very big lot sizes. I think the biggest lot size that we have in Glimmerbrook is a 40 by 30. Now normally a 40 by 30 would be a perfect lot size for me. It is my baby bear porridge go-to lot size. But for this, I really wanted to have more than one cottage on this lot. And so as soon as I loaded into this lot, I quickly realised having 4 cottages on the same lot is not going to happen. It's going to be a squeeze to get number 3 in here, and I really want to get number 3 in here because 2 houses, that just feels like you and your neighbour, but 3 houses, now that feels more like a community. So when I was building house number 2, which is this house here with the thatch roof, I quickly realised, actually, I think I miscalculated how much space I have at the back of this house. And I used the in-game tool where you can click on the entire build and just pull it forward or backwards or wherever you want to plonk it on your lot. And I moved it forward. And I used that in-game tool quite a bit when making this Hamlet. And just because I really wasn't sure how I was going to fit everything on all 3 cottages with all the elements I wanted to include. But I am very happy to say we have all 3 cottages on this lot with all the elements that I wanted to include, and all 3 houses have gardens to them. So this yellow and purple house that I'm making now is like the middle-sized cottage, and the blue and brown cottage, which is the first cottage that we made, is the biggest cottage, and the pink and green cottage, which will be the last cottage that we will be building, that is the smallest cottage. So for all 3 of these houses, I thought would be a lovely fun idea for me to do would be to decorate each one of these houses in contrasting exterior colours. So each one of them will have 2 contrasting colours, and so for the first house I decided to go for a blue and brown because according to Google, brown is the contrasting colour to blue, purple is the contrasting colour to yellow, and green is the contrasting colour to pink. So they are the 6 colours that I chose for this Hamlet, but I really wanted to make this Hamlet flow. I wanted all 3 houses look like they're supposed to be here on this lot. They come as a set, and so to connect all 3 cottages I decided to pick a select few of bushes and foliage and flowers that I would use throughout this entire lot so it all ties together. So we have like the same collection of bushes, and then I decided to choose a predominant main colour which would feature again throughout this entire lot concerning the flowers, and I chose the colour purple because I felt like the colour purple went with all 6 exterior colours. And when I go inside, I did go ahead and decide to incorporate those exterior colours inside. Now, because I want this to look, nice and not foggy, I decided to incorporate other colours as well. So, for example, the purple and yellow house has a purple and yellow interior, so they will be the prominent colours inside, but it will be also mixed with other colours. So the reason as to why there was such a big gap in between this Hamlet build and the Jack Skelly house is because throughout October and basically up to recently, I haven't been feeling like myself. I was feeling very anxious and worried about basically everything and anything, and I feel like my mental health took a bit of a dip, and I just wasn't feeling like myself, and so I just took a step back from making videos, and so yeah, I wasn't feeling great, and so I wasn't in the right frame of mind to go ahead and make videos, let alone do voiceovers. But in saying that, I have been building like a lot, and I have a lot of builds that are just waiting to come out. I just needed to be in the right frame of mind to do a voiceover. And recently I feel a bit more like my normal self, and I've been trying to get back into like my morning routine, and I started that kind of like today. I've been trying to do it more often, but I feel like today I feel a bit more on top of things. I've done a little bit of cleaning around the house. I got back into my hula hoop routine. Actually, I did that a couple of weeks ago. This is like the second week I've been able to keep up with my hula hoop routine, which is great. I've also been researching Chinese architecture, because I will be creating what's my series called? The Dark Disney Princess, and I will be making Mulan's creepy house. And so I just needed to like look up Chinese architecture, because again, I'm not familiar with Chinese architecture, so I've been doing that. I have also been researching 1980s houses for my Houses Through the Ages series. So those two series will be coming back, because now I feel more like myself. And like I said, I've been building, and so I got videos to come out, and those two series will be coming out. And there was something else I was gonna say. What was it? Oh my gosh, why is my brain working? I don't know. What was I? It's something important as well. Hopefully it will come back to me. Oh man, what was I gonna say? It was really important. Like I needed to tell you. Now I can't remember. I don't know. I should get like sticky notes, stick them around my laptop, and so when I do a voiceover, I can just take it off and go, yeah, I've done it, done that, because I do think about these things. But anyway, we are now inside. We are decorating the pink and green house, so the prominent colours will be pink and green, but I will be incorporating other colours so it doesn't look fugly. And I love the layout of this house. It is the smallest house that I think I've built in a very long while. But I love the layout of this house. It was a little bit too small to begin with, because when I was trying to figure out the layout for this house, I realised it was a bit too small. I couldn't even fit in the set of stairs. So I did have to make it a little bit bigger. But I love the layout. I just love the way how it flows and how it all wraps around the stairs. And I'm still trying to think of what I was going to say to you. I can't remember. I should write things down. I've already said that. Okay, let's move on. So yeah, I love this house, and I think my favourite out of the three of these cottages is the blue and brown house, which will be the very last house or cottage that we will be decorating. I remember. Okay, so I just remembered what I was going to say to you. Okay, so yeah, my favourite one is the blue and brown house, just because it's more in the style that I like to do in The Sims 4. So it's dark, it's moody, it's fancy, and I just got a bit of a vibe as to what type of sim would live here. Of course, they would be magical fairy sims. I can't see any suburban sims popping up and living here. I'm more imagining supernatural fairies, witches and wizards living here, and I feel like the wizard that would live in the blue and brown house, you don't know if they like you or not, they would say some things like, is that a compliment, are you insulting me? They start laughing, so you go, okay, let's laugh because I don't want them to hate me. And they look at you like, why are you laughing? It's like, I don't know, I don't want you to like me. Will they stab you in the back? Probably, yeah, they would do that. Would they double cross you? Probably, yeah, they would do that as well. What are they up to in there? Who knows? What kind of life have they lived? I have no idea. You have no idea. They've travelled stuff and things. They've collected things throughout their life, but you don't really know anything about them. But they do come in handy. They're very knowledgeable and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the sort of like character I got inside my head for house number 3. And the thing that I was going to say was that I haven't really play tested fully of this Hamlet. Now, the reason why I didn't play test it or even think about whether it would work or not when I was building this, mainly because, like I said, I wasn't really feeling like my best self, and I was just creating this just to create the most magical and enchanting place that I would love to visit and go to myself, and that would include like a magical hamlet that's sort of like with lots of trees underneath the canopy with a waterfall. Would have that very strong just rained damp smell, which I love, which reminds me of my childhood, and I just really wanted to create that environment. And like worrying about whether it worked or not kind of took me out of that mood or idea of what I was trying to create. So yeah, that's why I didn't really fully like worry about if it worked or not, or like should I play test it or not. That's why. And it just reminds me of a reel that I saw on Instagram, and I think it was from GB Sims, and the reel was about that, like, why would you create stuff in The Sims 4 if it's not usable? And it was this basically because in The Sims 4 you can create the most magical world or any creation that you've got going inside your head, and you can bring it to life in The Sims 4. That's why you would create something that's not usable for your Sims. And that was the kind of like mindset when I was making this. I was kind of making this to make myself happy, and trying to figure out if whether it worked or not didn't really fit into that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Although, in saying that, I did play test the Pink and Green's bedroom. Now the reason why I play tested the Pink and Green's bedroom is because of the bed, and I just really love that bed. I really love how I like got it all set up with like the makeshift bed head and the bed frame, and I really love to use that like in another build of mine, and so I just wanted to see if that worked, and it does, which is great, which means I can implement it in other builds of mine in the future and do other concepts of it. So yeah, so I did play test that, and that does work. So we are now in the purple and yellow house. We are currently doing the kitchen, and I really love where I place the sink. I know it's just a small thing, it's just a sink, but placing the sink where I have it now makes the kitchen area feel a lot bit bigger. It feels a bit more square, and it brings the kitchen a little bit more forward into the space, whereas it just being like shoved in the corner. And so yeah, I really love the where I place the sink, and I had a lot of problems actually decorating this purple and yellow cottage, maybe because it's like pastel colours. I don't normally decorate my houses in pastel colours, because whenever I do decorate my houses in pastel colours, I just feel like they don't quite land for me, you know. They feel a little bit insipid, a little bit, you know, like pathetic almost, you know. Feels like being slapped in the face with a wet fish. and I don't like them as much as I do, or enjoy them as much as I do more darker interiors, like colour wise, not lighting wise. I like lighting. Lighting is very important, both in The Sims and real life. But yeah, so I did decorate this several times, just to get the right amount of like purples and yellows, and I want this to make a like proper like impact, like wow, yeah, I'm purple, and to make it, and I feel like the purple and yellow color scheme that I got going on, it feels like it will like slap you, but it will sort of like apologize afterwards. Whereas the purple and yellow color scheme I had going on before, it was just like, trying to get your attention, but it just, it just couldn't, It's a bit like me when I'm trying to talk to people. Okay. So yeah, so this is the bedroom, the purple and yellow bedroom. All three of these cottages only have one bedroom, one bathroom. So this is the one bedroom for the purple and yellow cottage. I love this. I prefer the upstairs of the purple and yellow house rather than the downstairs. It's nice, feels really relaxing. You could read a book. I don't read books, but if I read a book, I'll read it up here. So yeah. Oh yeah, I think, do I show you the bathroom for this? Because all three bathrooms have been decorated in the same style, but in their corresponding colours. And I just sort of like went for it, I used the Decor to the Max floor tiles, I think they're called. I don't know where you find them in the catalogue, but it's definitely from the Decor to the Max kit. And when I first saw those like tiles or flooring, I was like, ooh, hotel lobby. And I was like, wow, I would love to use this flooring, but I don't know where I'm going to use it because I'm not going to be making a hotel anytime soon. But I was like, let's just use it in this space, in this bathroom, because, why not? What else am I going to do with the bathroom? So yeah, all three of them decorating the same style, just different colours. So this is the flooring that I was talking to you about. It just reminds me of like a fancy hotel lobby. So yeah, there was something else. Things keep popping up in my head as I'm talking. I was like, oh yes, I must get to that, but I need to finish what I'm saying first, and then I can get to it. But now I'm like, I can't remember what I was going to think of, what I was going to say. I don't know. This is the bathroom. Can't remember. Oh, the dog house. My house. Okay. So this is the house that I would choose out of all of them. Love the rest of them. Love the layout of the pink and green house. Love the bedroom of the purple and yellow. But if I had to choose, it would be this one. So yeah, when I was decorating this, I was just kind of getting like an idea as to what sim could live in this space. And this person, this wizard, I envisioned a wizard would live in this space. And yeah, you have no idea if they like you or not, or you have no idea if they're on your side or they're doing it for themselves. You have no idea. Are they going to stab you in the back? Probably. You have no idea. But they actually might not. They might actually be loyal to you. You have no idea. But you do know they are very knowledgeable. They have seen some stuff. They have been places. And they have collected a lot of things. And you would like to get to know them. But at the very same time, you just can't deal with it. You have just no idea what they're up to. So yeah, that's who I'm envisioning to live here. And also, speaking of like playtesting, the bridge that you have to kind of like get to this section for the dark, mysterious wizard, you can't walk over it, basically what I'm trying to say. You can't walk over it. But that's okay, because like I said, I envision supernaturals living here, and I believe all the supernaturals, apart from mermaids, they have an ability to transport themselves to get to the other side, because there is a river or a little babbling brook splitting the two pastel homes, so the pink and purple, not pink and purple, yellow and purple and purple. The yellow and purple in the pink and green house. So there is a babbling brook splitting you off from those two. But that's okay. Supernaturals are living here, and yeah, like I said, I believe all these supernaturals, apart from the mermaids, have an ability to get themselves over here. So that's fine. And also, if you have a sim that it is very well at the, was it yoga, the wellness skill, they can get themselves over here as well. So I thought that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. There are ways for sims to get over here. It's okay. But yeah, I don't want to put any sort of like flooring underneath the bridge, because one, it destroys the look of the bridge. Two, the way I place the bridge is not according to the grid. It's not snapping to the grid. I have aligned it using the Alt button, which allows you to freely place an object wherever you like, and it ignores the grid really. So yeah, so I was just like, supernaturals are living here. They can get over. So that's all that really matters. So yeah, this is the dining room. I do add some swords from the Get Famous. I think they're like props, but add some swords in. You might notice throughout this build, I have been placing down some Christmas items, because like I said, I built this back in November and I was in the great place, and I thought, oh, you know, if I don't get me like Christmas build out, I still have this. I completely missed Christmas, but instead of saying that I've missed it, I am now early for it. I'm 8 months early for it. But I think I'm going to leave you guys here, because I haven't got much left to doodles. And so I'm just going to say thank you and goodbye.